Recovery Report, June 5th, 2020. The stock market rose 829 points today, almost 1,000 points. We are now up to a total of 27,110 points. Now remember, before this all started, the stock market was at over 29,000 points, 29,000 something. The stock market crashed. We dropped down to 18,000 something, might have been the lowest, 19,000. And now we have reached 27,110 points. We are almost back to where we were before this all began as far as the stock market is concerned. The S&P 500 is 200 points away from an all-time high. It's incredible. One of the reasons the stock market rose so high today and did so well, I couldn't believe it. When I woke up, I checked the market like I do every day, expecting, during these times, you don't know what to expect. It's been recovering for a while. We were at 26,000 the last time I checked, so I expected to be around there. Of course, I always have that fear, maybe we've fallen again. Today, I looked up. I looked it up, I looked at it, and we were almost at 27,000. I was like, wow. Not even 10 minutes later, I look again, and we had made it 27,000. And we stayed there for the rest of the day. We didn't go below it. We didn't do it. I watched the market so close today. I was so pleased. And there for a minute toward the end, right before the market closed at 4 o'clock, it looked like it might dip down. It dropped down to about 27,043. And then it just kept going up, back down, up, back down, up. But it never dipped below 27,000, and it ended today. I watched it live end 27,110 points. It's great. And one of the reasons the market did so well today was the surprising job numbers coming out from May. You see, in May, the unemployment level was expected to reach about 20%. We were expected to lose 8 million jobs. What happened? Well, not only did the unemployment rate not rise to 20%, 19%, 18%, not only did it not do that, not only did that not happen, the unemployment level dropped. It dropped from 14.7%, that's what I believe, it was 14.7%, down to 13.3%. It dropped. We added 2.5 million new jobs in May. Nobody saw that coming. That was a surprise to everybody. That's incredible. As far as that is all concerned, that is great. Trump's been saying since the beginning that there's this pent-up demand, and as soon as everything starts to reopen, we're going to just jump back and have a recovery like nobody'd ever seen before. Maybe he is right. Maybe he really knew what he was talking about. Signs are showing that he's correct. Hopefully. If things continue on this trend, Now, there's no way we could restore the unemployment numbers to the levels they were before the virus, before the elections. But if we recover the job numbers enough to make a dent in it, at least, that's something he can say. Look, we were in the middle of the worst pandemic we have seen in over 100 years. The economy was in the toilet, the job numbers were in the toilet, but look what I was able to do. Look what I and my administration was able to pull off. Yes, we're not back to where we were before, but we are recovering, and if you re-elect me, things will only continue from here. Let's hope the numbers continue to improve so he can reach that point, and that can be one of his speaking points during re-election. Anything that can help him win, because if Trump loses this election, that is an absolute tragedy, and that can't be allowed to happen. Now, in the United States today, the number of new cases we saw in the entire United States of America, all of it, the total number of new cases we saw today, 25,393. That's it. That is it. That is a huge improvement to where we used to be. At the height of this, we were seeing like 10,000, 15,000 people, new cases alone in New York alone a day, not to mention the rest of the country. This was it, and that is awesome. In New York, the hardest hit place in this country, only saw 1,464 new cases today. That's incredible. All the signs are showing that we are on the pathway to recovery, maybe even quicker than anybody expected. If things continue this way, if cases continue to go down, if people continue to recover, if the economic numbers continue to recover, the job numbers continue to recover, if everything keeps going on this path, we are looking at recovery here. Awesome. That is great. That is absolutely amazing. Now, with all the protests that have been going on, it is hard to say whether or not all this is going to cause maybe a second wave. It's looking okay right now, but here in about 2 weeks, we're going to find out whether or not, with all this, okay, we've had all these riots. Obviously, people haven't been social distancing. Here in about 2 weeks, we're going to find out whether or not all those social distancing rules were actually even necessary. Because if they were absolutely necessary, then we should see a huge spike in cases after all these riots, right? And if we don't see that, then that has to tell you we didn't need the social distancing to begin with. So that's something to look forward to see what happens. It's going to be very interesting to see. But yes, things are starting to look pretty good. I hope it continues this way. This country absolutely needs to recover from this. Absolutely. There are so many people hurt right now. So many people losing everything they fought for, worked for. And it's a horrible tragedy. It's a horrible thing to see and read about. And it looks like things might be starting to recover. Plus, the cases going down is also a huge plus. no more death. And yeah, this is very exciting news. And one more thing about the stock market is before the crash occurred, we were doing so well in the market that I had begun to think about investing, trying my own hand in the stock market to see if I can come out on top, see where, that could take me. And then at the time I was looking into doing this, everything crashed. Now, with the market recovery looking so promising, my mind is going back to where I was before, thinking, alright, if this continues, I should get in on the action. I am once again considering investing in something. I'm reading up on different stocks, trying to get an idea of what to invest in. One article I read said that the best stocks to invest in right now would be the ones that was hit the hardest by the virus, because what's his nuts, whatever his name was, believes that they will be the one with the best recovery. And I seen that for myself to be true today. Checking the market, Boeing was the airline company, whatever. They were hit hard by this. All airline industry, what the whole airline industry was, and their market shares, they just dropped and everything. But today, they were up by 10%. They did the best out of anybody else I saw on there. Disney was up by only 0.91%. Disney. Back a few months ago, I would have thought that Disney was a sure bet. So, Boeing is a stock that I'm going to keep my eye on for a while and see what it does. When I get my income tax money, I am going to invest in something, try it out, possibly Boeing. We'll see what happens between then and now.